Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming, and some of you me on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of When Stars Fall. So y'all, before we jump into it, just wanted to let y'all know that our Patreon is now up for as little as $5. Y'all can help support the channel, and we're definitely going to be needing that support, y'all, because we're going to be moving near the end of August. It's going to cost a lot of money, but if y'all can donate anything, it will be eternally grateful, and y'all will get awesome rewards like access to our community Discord server and full access to upcoming Not Safe for Work videos. All that for as little as $5. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. Alright. It ain't just you. It's all the rich, lazy snobs like you that waltz around in your fancy duds think you can do whatever you want and just slide by because your daddy's bought you a way in. I looked down at my outfit. I completely forgotten I was wearing clothes I borrowed from Silas. You don't know anything about me. Don't wanna. Just stay out of my way. Reth stormed off around the corner without letting me get in another word. When I caught up and turned around the corner, he was gone and only the admin office was ahead. What a jerk! I took a deep breath and then headed into the office. I walked up to an available staff member, which happened to be the same elven woman I spoke with before. The elven woman looked up from her screen as I approached. Oh, you're back! Good. So, your, situation got my interest piqued, and I tried to find more information while you were gone. You didn't have to, but I appreciate it a lot. What did you find? Nothing. Oh, that's unfortunate. I guess my only lead is the headmaster still. No, I mean, I found nothing, as in there are no other records either in the Academy's database or in public records of a Marcus Carver matching your description. It's like you didn't exist. So, are you secretly on the run or something from something, or someone? Maybe a jilted lover or someone's husband. Did you fake your own death and assume someone else's identity? The more she threw out wild guesses, the more excited she became. I don't know, but flashes of my dream come back to me. And then Silas's words echoed in my mind. Whatever the case may be, I doubt you're someone who would doom anyone. I don't think I do those things. She cleared her throat and adjusted her glasses before returning to her screen. Yes, right. Let's just get you fully registered to save the sleuthing for later. Have you decided on a major? Actually, they didn't really go into much detail about the majors on the tour. I guess because no one else waited till the last minute. You make a good point. Here, let's get you attuned to your own PAL first, and then I'll pull up some information on the courses for you to read through. The woman pulled out a small device and placed it on the counter. Please, place your finger in there. I did. Not a moment later, I felt a sharp pain in my finger and pulled it back out. A small droplet of blood formed on the tip. I grabbed a nearby tissue and began to dab my finger clean. Sorry, forgot to warn you about that. We need your blood in order to attune you to your device. It's alright. She quickly worked on her device and then pulled out a familiar-looking metal plate with a blue gem. She inserted the PAL into her tablet device and clicked a few more times. Finally, she removed the PAL and held it out to me. I reached out and grabbed the device. Then... Ooh, here we go. Yeah, class time. What the hell? Where am I? Darkness and a thick fog covered the area as far as I could see in this space. Hello? Not even an echo. I took a few steps forward and the fog shifted and swirled around my calves. There's solid ground here. Remember. The voice was both young and old, female and male, as if multiple people were speaking at the same time and it echoed within itself. Who's there? I spun around, but only darkness and fog were there. Then I actually felt a shift in the fog behind me. I spun around again and still nothing. This isn't funny. Who are you? Who are you? I'm not playing your games. I'm out of here. I picked a direction and began walking. The scenery remained unchanged as if I were only walking in place. What do you want with me? Remember. I've been trying. I've been looking for answers ever since I woke up. Do you know something about my memories? Still asleep. Not yet time. Need more time. A light grew in the distance, breaking through the darkness and the fog. I headed towards it. As I neared the light, objects took shape, and I saw 5 pedestals lined up in a row. Spread across the pedestals were 5 luminescent objects encased in glass orbs. Sword. The fighter, one who charges in with steel and strength, cutting... strength cutting... strength cutting, or strength. Okay, that should not be there. Yeah, and all that oppose him. One who seeks glory in battle and to sever the claws of injustice. The Guardian, the stalwart defender whose shield never wavers. One who has sworn to protect and bolster his allies against the tides of evil. Second, y'all. What is water time? Or coffee time, I should say. Oh, yeah. That's the stuff. The spiritualist. One who seeks to cure and mend the ailments of those around him with the aid of spirits and the divine. One whose prayers and courage should not be taken lightly. The mage. One who changes the very fabric of the world around him and seeks to acquire vast knowledge and understanding of the mystical and arcane. The rogue. One who keeps to the shadows and strikes without mercy, whose cunning and reflexes are as sharp as his daggers. Will be the rogue. I'm a rogue! Something about the daggers calls to me. They're like an extension of my will, a piece of me that I had long forgotten about. I reached out for it and took the orb in my hands. As I grabbed it, the other orbs vanished as if they were never there. A brilliant light flashed from the orb and blinded me. Oop. Hey! You alright? My vision was blurry for a moment, but began to clear and I was back in the admin office. Can you hear me? It took a moment for me to feel like I had fully regained control of my body and my mouth. I think so. Did you see that? See what? All I saw was you taking the PAL and then spacing out after it gave off a weird flash a second ago. But the orbs and the daggers. I looked around my body, but the orb and daggers were nowhere to be found. You sure are a strange one. Anyway, let's finish getting you registered. Alright, now to assign your major. Let me just pull up the general course info and... What the? Your major has already been filled out. I know it was blank up until a moment ago, right before I gave you... May I please see your PAL for a moment? I wasn't sure what was going on, but I handed it to her. She inserted it back into her tablet and began clicking away. It's assigned here as well, and you already have some contacts in it? And your biometrics and personality have been quantified. What did you do to this? I didn't do anything, I swear. What do you mean those things have been quantified? Sorry, I don't mean to blame you. I've just never seen anything like it before. The contacts can be a fluke in the system, but the stats? What I mean is that the PAL took your essence, your blood, and assigned values to your physical and mental capacities. Here, it's easier if I show you. She handed me my PAL again. Anytime you want to use your PAL, you can just click the small blue gem. I did as I instructed. As soon as I clicked the gem, the metal plate slid apart, and there was a translucent blue screen between them with the information displayed. Yep. What you made, you dude? Lore. None. Okay. That is really strange. Although, seeing some of the numbers it gives me, I don't know if I'm more impressed or disappointed in myself. I looked up from my PAL, and apparently all the commotion had drawn a small crowd in the office. Thanks for the help. I should probably go get my dorm assignment. The elven woman cleared her throat, and the crowd began going back to what they were doing. Right, you're all registered and should be able to get your dorm assigned as well as start your road courses in the morning. I waved goodbye and headed back into the main hall. As I walked, I opened my PAL and looked at the time on the little clock I had noticed earlier. It's already getting pretty late. I'd probably miss dinner if there's somewhere students go for it. I'll have to figure out where to get food. Huh, that seemed easier than I thought. I could have sworn there were more turns. I retraced my steps from the tour and headed to the dorm rooms with no trouble at all. I don't see Professor Krom anywhere. Oh, the office woman said I had contacts in my PAL already. I wonder if Professor Krom is one. I pressed the gem and used my finger to navigate the screen looking for Professor Krom's contact. Hey, he isn't here. I clicked the small button that said message. Another screen popped up where I could type something to send him. It was strange. I recognized all the symbols and letters on the screen. I hadn't given any thought before the fact that I could read the screen. Second, y'all. Coffee time. Okay. I wrote a short message asking where he was and letting him know that I was fully registered now. I waited a few minutes before his response came, and there was a small beep from my PAL, and the gem gently pulsated with a blue glow. Neat! That's great news, kid, and I was just about to grab a shower in the dorm showers down the hall. I'll be back at the dorms in about half an hour to get you assigned to your room. I guess it was a little too hopeful to think he'd wait around for me to finish registering. My PAL beeped and flashed again. Or you could come join me and we can work out all the details together sooner. Well, that's very forward. Should I really take him up on that offer? Yes. Yeah. He's a bit intimidating and reeks of alcohol, but something about him does pique my interest. And I'm curious to see just how big a dragon he is. As I wondered which direction the showers may be, a stout bearded man walked around the corner toward me, and I noticed his hair and beard were still a bit damp. That was oddly convenient. Guess the showers are that way. I didn't respond to Krom's message. Instead, I headed toward the shower directly. The showers were rather large, but didn't seem to offer much in terms of privacy. Each stall had only one curtain to block the view from the rest of the room, but the walls on the side seemed tall. I took quite a glance around it and it seemed the place was empty due to the late hours, save for one shower which was running on the far end. I guess that's where Krom is. Peek. Oh, you bet your sweet ass we peeking, girl. Curiosity got the better of me, and I quietly walked over to the occupied stall and peeked through the curtain. Whoa. Huh! Oh, he's got a slit. Okay. Okay, makes sense. Krom's back was to me, but I could see the cords of muscle running along it down to his firm ass. Despite his belly, he was really well muscled. The water gliding down his body made his scales glisten in the light, and I wondered for a moment what they felt like wet, what his whole body would feel like. He turned around, and the front of him was just as impressive as the back. I caught a quick glimpse between his legs and was surprised to find that there was no cock. Oh, Marcus, I didn't think you'd actually take me seriously about my offer. Well, I've never met a dragon before, so I was kind of curious. Ha! I understand. I appreciate the compliment, but I'm not a dragon. I'm a dragon kin. Real dragons died out a long time ago. My kind is just a remnant of dragon ancestry. Also, it wouldn't be good if I were to actually get frisky with a student, especially on his first day. She'll just have to get a good look and commit it to memory. He flexed his arms and let the water cascade across his body. With him exposing himself like this, I was able to get a good look and saw that he had some sort of slit between his legs. Noticing my gaze, he brought a hand down and slid a finger in the opening. Guess you're wondering about this since you've never seen a dragon, kin. It's not a vagina, though it is fuckable in the right condition. He winked. This is basically a sheath and my cock is inside. But, I've indulged us both enough. He pulled his finger out and stopped flexing. Mind waiting on the bench out there? Shouldn't be too much longer, and then we can get down to official business. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can do that. Ha! Sorry to disappoint. Maybe someday you'll catch me naked again. Who knows? I sat on the bench and waited for Krom to finish his shower. It took longer than I thought it would, but he finally came out of the shower and walked over to me. Still completely naked. With him being this close, I could still smell alcohol on him, but it wasn't as strong as it was before. Sorry, that took longer than I thought. I had to wait for something to calm down. He laughed, but he actually seemed genuinely embarrassed. No worries. Aren't you worried someone may walk in and see you naked? You mean like a pervy student walking in and peeking in on me? He winked at me. Not many students are in here at this hour, which is exactly why I prefer to shower around now. Besides, when I'm not horny, there's not much to see. He gestured downward to his crotch where only the subtle slit was. I guess you have a point. Krom walked over to a locker and pulled out a towel and began drying himself off. I sat there and enjoyed each moment I got to watch him touching his naked body and let my imagination wonder what it would be like to be the towel. Man, I'm having some really weird thoughts. By the way, what major did you choose? Rogue, apparently. Although, it was strange. Oh, picking your major or my naked body? I laughed. My major. Your body is great. This'll sound crazy, but when the clerk handed me the PAL, I was transported somewhere, or my mind was. 1 second, y'all. Coffee time. Huh. This'll sound crazy, but when the clerk handed me the PAL, I was transported somewhere where my mind was. There were pedestals with glowing objects, and I grabbed one of them because it felt familiar somehow. After I grabbed it, I was back in the admin office, and my major just appeared in the system. Krom let out a whistle. Sure does sound crazy. This world's full of crazy, though, so I wouldn't waste my time thinking too hard on it. He finished drying off and dressed in his, what I assumed to be usual attire. He reached back into the locker and pulled out his PAL. Alright, let's get you all set up in your room. He flipped through a few screens and walked over to the bench, sitting down next to me. Looks like you lucked out. We've only got one dorm left with a vacancy, and you won't have a roommate. Come on, I'll walk you to your new place. He got up and made his way out of the washroom, and I followed close behind. My new dorm wasn't too far where we started, and Krom stopped in front of a dark wooden door with a bronze plate that had the number 15 etched into it. Here it is. Go ahead and use your PAL to unlock the door and go in. Just hold it up to the handle and it'll do the rest. I did as he said. There was a small click and I could turn the handle. I pushed the door open and stepped in. Welcome to your new living quarters. The room was plainly furnished and a bit small, but it had a bed, a desk, and a dresser, which I suppose was all I would really need. It ain't much, but it'll get you through the year. I glanced over to the desk and saw a tray of food waiting on it. Figured you probably didn't have time to grab anything to eat, so I grabbed something from the mess hall for you while you were registering. Thank you very much! My stomach grumbled and Krom took that as his cue to see himself out. It's getting late. You should eat and then get some sleep. First day of classes are brutal. With that, he left my room and closed the door behind him. I didn't waste time going over to the plate of food and digging in. It was slightly cold, but it was still very good. I wasn't quite sure what some of the things on the plates were. The colorful smelled good and I was hungry. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it right there. Yeah, so the next video is probably gonna be the last video. We're gonna cover the other path, other person. But yeah, oh, at least we got to see Krom in the showers. Oh my, oh my, oh me, oh my. Anyway, y'all, thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out the Patreon if you can. Anyway, I love you all. I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.